name is Dave Dinkle and welcome. This is a video series of actual recent deals. This one is an example of a $79,270.72 profit with no money in the transaction. The following is actually a real estate deal that was recently completed by us and a student. The example exemplifies some of the various aspects of how to do these transactions. So as not to embarrass anyone involved in the transaction, all parties have been kept anonymous. This is predominantly an example of a double closing, but you'll see other aspects of real estate transactions involved in the same one. Seller A is the original property owner, and he's going to be selling to buyer B, an A to B transaction, B being the investor. Buyer B, on the same day, sells to end buyer C. Therefore, you have two transactions, A to B and B to C. No money, no credit, and no risk. On top of that, the investor still profits if the end buyer doesn't close. It's very important because it's something that should be done in every transaction you do. Now, to actually be able to see the numbers on the HUD statement, I've cut the HUD statement effectively in half. All right, so now we get into the actual hard cost involved in the closing. So now what we're going to look at is the bottom half of the HUD 1 statement. This is page 1, bottom half that we didn't look at before. We're now going to look at the B to C transaction. This is the top half. Again, I've taken off the end buyers, the closing agent, so on and so forth. So here's the second half of the second page of the B to C transaction. Now what we're looking at is the bottom half of the first page of the HUD. Now this is the final closing. This is where everything comes together. So the final result of this transaction is very simple. No repairs were made, and the buyer for this property, the end buyer, came from a bandit sign. Here's a 1/3, 2/3 split. Now, is this a good deal for the homeowner? It was an extraordinarily good deal because the lender that he was involved with, after not doing anything for over 3 years, suddenly decided to go to foreclosure, and he literally was under the gun to do something and do it quickly. We did that for him. So our goal as investors is to solve problems. We solved the problem for this homeowner, and we're paid very well for it. Thanks very much for attending today.